Hi, my name is Arthur Robinson Jr. I'm the creator of PowerfulInterviews.com and I'm a partner of NationalDiversified.com. I want to welcome each and every one of you to this phenomenal video. In this interview, you're going to experience life-changing information that you will not find anywhere else. I have secured an incredible interview with a great friend of mine, successful businessman, the stand-up comedian, my great friend. His name is TK Kirkland. TK Kirkland has produced phenomenal TV shows like The Comic View and BET. TK Kirkland is a stand-up comedian and a successful businessman. So in this interview, you're going to hear exclusively how TK Kirkland, he breaks down layman's terms about how comedians can generate residual income. Also in this interview, TK Kirkland, he breaks down layman's terms about when it comes to business, he develops a strategy where he likes to win. Also in this interview, TK Kirkland, he breaks down layman's terms about how he coached two successful, powerful comedians, DL Hughley and Mike Epps, and much, much more. So remember, this is not BS information. The right information will change your current situation. Wealthy people, they take advice from other wealthy people, and unfortunately, broke people take advice from broke people. So right about now, go get your pen and your pad, sit back and relax, and write down some notes in this interview that I'm going to reveal to each and every one of you with my great friend, successful businessman, the powerful stand-up comedian. His name is TK Kirkland. This interview, it will change your life. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll be well informed when I publish more underground, informative audio interviews. So, check it out.
Without further ado, I'd like to welcome the one, the only, the powerful TK Kirkland to the show.
Arthur, what's going on, sir? How are you?
Well, I'm doing great. It's getting better each and every single day. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Now, are you a minister?
No.
No, you have minister vibes. Your verbiage. I was about to stand up and pass the offering because you sound so spiritual. Giving my reading my resume.
Oh, well, you have an impressive resume, and I appreciate you coming on my show.
Well, thank you, sir. But I want to update a few things because you gave a lot of stuff in the 90s, and I didn't have time to upgrade. So to all the people listen to the great man Arthur on this, some of the things I've done recently is you probably see me heard me on the show, let me get this right. The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God, Brilliant Idiots, Lip Service with Angela Yee. The Premium Peace Show. I have my own TK Kirkland podcast, etc., and my comedy album, Who Raised You, which is a great accomplishment to me, went number 10 on Billboard and number 2 on iTunes this year. So, and I have my own label now too called Pastor Mike, where I was going to give other comics an opportunity to have what I call a catalog over the next 10, 15 years. But believe it or not, a lot of comedians don't understand what that is, so I decided just to do for self and keep it moving until I found the right comics who had the mentality to understand what residual income is all about. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, the great Arthur and the great TK Kirkland, we are here, and I'm all yours, sir. Let's rock and roll.
Wow. To everyone that's listening, I highly recommend go and get your pen and your pad right now. My great friend TK Kirkland is going to break down layman's terms about the power of the comedy industry and about building wealth. Is that correct, TK?
Absolutely. Whatever you want to take it, I hope I have the knowledge to drop the gems, as they say, to give to people so that they can apply it.
What I'd like to know, TK, and can you explain to the listeners in layman's terms, who is the powerful TK Kirkland? How long you been in your powerful industry, and what is your expertise?
Well, I've been in the business since 1985. My expertise is in winning. I win. And what that means is no matter what they've thrown at me, I use every stone to build on to achieve. So with that, I always try to find the angle to be the best man I can be. When I started out in high school, I was a track star. Went to Olympic trials in 1984. Ran with the great Carl Lewis and Ronaldo Skeets Nehemiah, Butch Wolfolk that used to play for the New York Giants. And then I took that training and that determination that my coach Wilbur Jones taught us, because I come from Jersey City, New Jersey, the hood, and our athletes, one thing about being a star, track star, is that coming from a freshman, going to be a senior, you learn how to go from being the student to the teacher. So in everything I've done, I've always been the student, then the teacher. So from track and field, I got into entertainment. But then I was under the tutelage of Robin Harris back in the day. And if anybody ever got the opportunity to watch Robin Harris perform, he's truly pretty much one of the greatest comedians of our time that people never really got to see because he died at such a young age. So I had the opportunity to watch him for 5 years, how to work the stage, how to do different material as much as you can. And then I took that along with me being a hustler, because I was also a hustler in the streets, making money. And I took that determination, applied the rules of the street to the entertainment business, and became an entertainer, hustler / businessman. So then I had a little setbacks because you go through trials and tribulations. I got caught in a lot of what you call adversity, from Suge Knight to Puffy Combs to a folk lie with Russell Simmons, etc. And then you take those things in life, and then you learn how to overcome obstacles. Then when you overcome obstacles, still knowing how to manage yourself, because most comedians in the game look for a manager and they look for an agent. And what people don't understand is that this business is called show business. So I was able to be a businessman along with the show. So with that said, I started creating talent, getting talent. I took D.L. Hughley in first, taught him how to dress, taught him how to hold a mic, told him how you never stop working. I snatched up Mike Epps, managed Mike Epps for years. I snatched up Sandra Bullock. Wow. For a few years. And a lot of people don't know a black man was behind Sandra Bullock, along with two other gentlemen, but it was three of us. It was Tommy Chesterow, David Klingman, and me. But because I was in the streets and I was still getting in trouble, I kept my profile really low so it wouldn't tarnish our company. So then from that, just kept grinding. Had to deal with trials and tribulations in the family. My mother, my father, my brothers are deceased, so I had to deal with death. Still overcame that. Then from there, had to deal with baby mama drama, because I had a young daughter's mother who was thirsty, didn't understand the self-respect of a father, so I had to deal with her bullshit, but was able to overcome that. So everything that was thrown at me, I overcame, and here I am today, still grinding, still looking for certain moves, and still putting positive energy out there in the universe with like I said, the comedy album dropped last year. I'm dropping another one in October of 2018, along with the book, Gangsta Conversation. Then on top of that, throughout this year, I'm going to start promoting concerts again. A lot of comedians don't even know that I'm probably the financier of a lot of shows that they on, because I'm just a quiet businessman like that. So I've been doing that for years. And the only problem I have with one of those, Cedric the Entertainer found out once. I was putting up money for his show in Cincinnati, Ohio. He found out that I was one of the promoters. I was actually going to perform on that show. His team and them, because I'm so good at what I do, they made us sign a contract that I would not perform on that show.
Wow. Why?
True story. Yeah, because all the comics know how dangerous I am on that mic. So a good friend of mine, Damon Wayans, from the great Wayans family, said to me one day, he said, TK, don't be upset that these comedians will not give you the shot. He said that you're so good that they will be a fool to put you on the show. So when I see the Dave Chappelles, the Chris Rocks, They always show me mad love because they truly know how talented I am. So with that said, I'm not the comedian that will go around asking for help. What I tell comics when they even call me, what I tell them what I've learned on my own because I'm self-made is you got to learn how to think Republican and stop acting Democrat. And they said, what do you mean? And it's the only time I would say this in a sense as Republican, because I'm really a Democrat when it comes to voting. When it comes, I want people to act Republican because with Republican, you go out and do it for yourself.
That's right.
You're not asking for a handout. So you go create your own lane and achieve your goals. So, because one of the worst things I hate doing is asking a motherfucker for something. I don't like it. I don't like being put on hold. I don't like a motherfucker telling me, let me get back with you, let me think about it. So that's what I mean by go Republican on these motherfuckers and create it, find a way to get it done, and you can create your own lane because I think most comics get in the business and they want an agent. You hear, I want an agent, I want a manager. No. Grind, get good first, learn the business so you can teach yourself. So that way, every day you call a comedy club, you call a certain comedian, get on the show, and start working your time so that you know the business, how much you're worth, how much you want to pay for. Like now they have this new thing when you do a show, promoters will say, well, can I give you $15,000 all in? And I'm old school. I'm like, you ain't paying me no $15,000 all in. I said, you pay me $15,000 plus air and hotel.
Wow.
Because comedians sold themselves short.
And they don't understand the business.
They don't understand the business. It comes with the territory. You're supposed to pay for air, and you're supposed to pay for hotel on top of the fee. And what I would tell a promoter, that if you can't do that, don't be in the business. But I work almost every day. You go on my Instagram, I'm the hardest working comedian in the game. I think I'm going to start promoting that for next year because I work every other day. I'm on vacation now. I'm at home. I haven't been here. I've been here off and on throughout the year maybe 9 times, but I'm on vacation for the last 2 weeks, and my vacation is over as of this Monday, and I grind all the way to the following December.
Wow.
2 weeks straight. Like I haven't had 2 weeks straight in over a year and a half.
But you a hustler.
Because I try to rest because I'm getting older. Even though I take care of myself, I am getting older. And them plane rides do take a toll on your ass.
Well, you ain't getting older, TK. You're getting better with time.
Thank you. So you can't have sex like you used to. It's just horrible out here right now. No, you see girls that you want to holler at, right? You're like, man, let that girl go. I'm so committed to sex that I try to give a girl my all, and it takes me really like 4 days to recover. You know, so now I got to eat vitamins. I got to take vitamins. I got to eat my oatmeal. I got to take tea. I really got to recover. So I'd rather just keep it moving and stay disciplined because that sex game will knock you off your feet. So that's what it is about me, and I'm feeling really long-winded this morning, but you just caught me in a good mood, and I'm really glad that I'm doing this with you because I wanted to keep my word.
Well, you definitely are a man to your word, and you definitely are killing it in the comedian industry. You've been around since 1985, and you still are relevant. You have a PhD in comedy, TK, and you've been compared to the great Richard Pryor. How does that feel being compared to the great Richard Pryor?
Well, the great thing about that, and I want to explain to people what you're referring to, there was a special came out in 1991 that was the history of stand-up comedy, and it was the Richard Pryor, Miles Mabley, Whoopi Goldberg, Red Fox, all the greatest comedians from the 1800s all the way up to now. And he prepared me to be the next generation of stand-up comedy, which was a true blessing. What has happened in this game of entertainment over the last 10, 12 years, anything that you learned about entertainment, throw it out the window because the rules have changed now. See, social media changed the game. It put the music business out of business.
That's true.
Remember all the record stores and the cassettes? You would go to the store and buy an album. You can't do that. You can sit in your house now and actually pay for a song, and it'll come on your phone. Well, it's the same thing now with entertainment. No disrespect to the Kardashians. No disrespect to Flavor Flav. No disrespect to Cardi B. No disrespect to internet comedians. It's just that when you have people of old school that saw the change in the game, you kind of are uncomfortable with it because you see that it wasn't fair. For me being a hustler, I have to accept it because you got to do whatever cards you're dealt, that's the hand that you play. So if a comic is able to capitalize off this certain situation and make it, I'm the guy that I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Now, I may not think you're funny. I may not think you're funny now. But I know in time, as your life grows in this business, that your maturity and the knowledge of the game will catch up with your fame, if that makes any sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, see, because right now they have what you call turbo. And see, social media is turbo. It has put comedians 10, 15 years ahead of their time. But they're not truly ready to be good stand-up. You see certain comedians on their specials, and you're like, well, you've been in the business a long time, but you didn't develop your stand-up, but you're great in movies. That's the difference. So if they learn to, I'm not going to trip, I'm just going to keep writing, and eventually my maturity and my wisdom and my experiences will catch up with my fame, and they're going to be set. Without saying any names.
Well, it's like what KRS-One said. If you can't write a song, your careers won't last long.
Exactly. And the great thing about what makes me relevant all the time, give me an example. Me, Dr. Dre, all of us, I came up with them. I came up with Teddy Riley, all of us as friends. I came up with the DJ Quick. I came up with Luke, AMG, Bitch Better Have My Money, artists, Timberland, all these people I've been in the studio with. And it's amazing how I've taken Naughty by Nature. It's amazing how I took everything I've learned from them and applied it to my stand-up because I'm able to write without putting this stuff on paper. I'm able to produce songs now because the next album I got coming out is going to be phenomenal. When I say it's going to change the game, and I've been waiting since 1992 for this opportunity. And it's going to be a great thing that I was able to sit back, wait until the man up above gave me everything I ever wanted, meaning I have my own label. I'm booked to the year 2022. That's how I did this myself. No agent, no manager. I've done this myself. So I signed a huge deal with Priority Records, right? So Priority now is going to distribute my comedy albums because, like I said, I took my comedy album to number 10 by myself.
Wow.
On Billboard. Yeah, I did this by myself.
And it's on iTunes.
It's on iTunes. It went number 2 on iTunes, on Billboard. And let me explain to people because people who listen may not understand how powerful Billboard is. Billboard tells the world in the music, comedy, poems, who's the top comics in the world. When I dropped this album, there was only 9 comics ahead of me, and they were all white. I even outsold Kevin Hart during this time.
Wow.
Now, on top of that, the 9 comedians was in front of me. It wasn't even comedy albums. It was soundtracks from movies that country singers were doing. I really should have been number 1. So when I saw that, I said, oh, that's how they want to play. They want to do comedy albums and music and all this type of shit. Okay, watch this. So I did what I did. I called my people at Priority. They saw what I did. We signed the deal. I don't want to wait. I'm going to wait till the fall because I got a lot of grinding to do with the kids and some other things I want to achieve. And then from September to December of next year, God willing, it's going to be one of the greatest years of my life.
Wow.
Yeah, and the album's called Gangster Conversation. It's going to be funny. It's going to have something different on it that people are going to really love. But the comedy, the material is going to be just straight in your face, hardcore, hurt your feelings type shit. But you're going to laugh, though.
Wow.
Just like now, you listen to my album, and you people who listen to the show, please go get the comedy album, Who Raised You, on iTunes. It's $8. Send it to somebody for a Christmas gift, etc. Because what I did earlier this week, if the people knew about it on my Instagram, I was the first 50 families that bought my comedy CD. I'm sending out gifts to their family, but some people didn't believe it. But what I'm sending people is more than $10. I'm sending Air Jordan, $200-$300 Jordans. I'm sending leather vests for men. I'm sending Gucci bags to women. I've done all this. No one knew what I was doing. But I'm gonna show it on my Instagram next week. Other people open their gifts, so when they get it, they got to send me a video of them opening their gifts. But yeah, I try to get back to the community, you know. So wow, that's something I try to do, and you know, I've just been blessed with it, so it's good.
Wow. Now you're doing a lot of phenomenal things all over the world and helping people in the community to feel good about themselves. And I know that you build relationships with Keisha Cole and Madonna. How did that all come about?
Well, the music industry, like I said, I've always been in the music industry. Me and Keisha Cole goes way back, but she was really, really even famous. I've known Keisha a long time. We toured together. Matter of fact, me, her, Wendy Williams is real close. So Keisha is a beautiful young woman. We're so close, and I need to call her. And I'm just really proud of her that she's staying focused, that she's still doing the thing. Madonna is a whole nother beast. I might tour with Madonna, and when I saw Madonna perform, I already knew what I had as a stand-up, and I knew what she was bringing with stage presence. Knows how to perform, knows how to bring it, stay in shape. And to this day, she's probably the greatest artist I've ever seen on stage. Now, I got an order now until recently. She was really my number one artist. Until I saw the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and I saw Bruno Mars. And Bruno Mars blew me off out the seat.
Wow.
Because Bruno Mars has everything an entertainer can have. And when he performs, it's effortless. The way he moves, it doesn't look like it's rehearsed. He has great stage presence. He looks good on stage. And his chemistry is just off the charts. Bruno Mars, greatest entertainer. Then I will put Busta Rhymes. No, I will put Bruno Mars, Madonna. No, I will put Bruno Mars, Madonna, then Busta Rhymes. And a lot of people don't know, if you have ever got the chance to see Busta Rhymes perform, him and his sidekick, they take it to a whole nother level. And then after that, it will be the great DMX.
Wow.
Because I toured with them, and I saw DMX go on stage by himself and rock a crowd that was unbelievable. Every city, 50 cities we toured, and this man left his soul on the table, on the stage. I'm talking about literally left his soul. Awesome performer. Awesome. There's no doubt about it. DMX. Whew.
Wow.
Good story.
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
TK, can you explain to the audience what is the best advice that you have ever received?
The best advice I've ever received, and I'm quite sure there's a lot, but what stands out in my head today is I used to hang out with a hustler up in Harlem, and his name was Eric Von Zip. Now, Eric Von Zip is close to Puff and all that, and a lot of people don't know that me and Eric Von Zip used to hustle back in the day. And through this journey, he's deceased now. He died of cancer a couple years ago. But Eric Von Zip told me, oh, man, this shit was so fly. He said, TK, and the niggas who get the money later get more money than the niggas who got it earlier. And what he meant with that was just stay on course, because sooner or later you're going to get your shot. And I'll never forget that.
Wow. That's powerful.
Eric Von Zip. Yeah, Eric Von Zip, as the Cole brother.
Now, TK, from your own experience, can you explain to the audience what mistakes are you seeing that comedians are making in this time and era? Because your era is the era I come from, and I love old school, but a lot of things has changed from the 80s to now we in 2017, approaching 2018. What mistakes are you seeing comedians making in regards to getting on?
Well, the world is different now. I don't think they're doing anything different. What's great what they're doing is they're not sitting back waiting. See, most times we sit back and wait for something to happen. These motherfuckers ain't sitting back. They going. They don't care. They don't care if they got experience or not. They going for it now. And that's a bad thing and a good thing. Because this is what I was saying to you earlier. They're not waiting till they get good. They do one show and expect to be famous. The situation here in the world is that you don't have a lot of avenues for stand-up comics to blow up. Then there's only a few good stand-up comedians. Like if you watch Digital, the Def Jam Digital, whatever that stuff is now, the ratings are bad on that because we're in a new time and era for stand-up comedy. So even when you look at the show, no one is bringing that thing that you want to really see, because when you look at it, it looks like C, D, E, F, G stand-up comedians. There's no A-list comics. See, when we was coming up, the Martin Lawrence, the Sinbads, the Steve Harveys, the Bernie Macs, all them motherfuckers was headliners. See, and I never did Def Jam. So when people say, oh, I saw you on Def Jam, see, I'm the only comic that never did Def Jam who was really good. But what people don't know, if you ever get a chance to talk to Bob Sumner or a young lady named Tina Graham, they were the producers of Def Jam. So when Def Jam came out and they was getting ready to roll, I was the first comic that they called. Because Def Jam was centered around my style. Because I was outrageous. I was bold. I was crazy. So no comic was doing that in 89, 90, 91. I was looked at as a, not the black sheep, but the comic who was just too raw to be.
You dominated your own lane.
Oh, I dominated it for real. And there was no comic doing the style that I was doing. So when Def Jam came to me, I told them no. I said, no, I didn't want to do it. Because at that time, I wanted to be different. I didn't want to do what all the other comics was doing. You know, because I had my own lane. And that's why when that Mo Funny special came out, it also came out during the same time Def Jam started. Now, after Def Jam got its first year, I couldn't get on Def Jam the following year because now there was a hysterical lie in the universe that I had robbed Russell Simmons. Which was a lie, but because of NWA, because of my street cred, I never said nothing. I just allowed the lie to grow. Because I didn't care. See, because at that time I was what you call a man's man. I wasn't going to kiss nobody's ass. I wasn't going to try to explain to anybody I didn't do it. I just allowed for people to think whatever they wanted to think. And then as I became a man, I realized that it's important on how people do think about you.
That's true.
It is important. So what you do in life when you do grow in an era of conflict, you just continue to keep your head up, strive to keep doing good things, because sooner or later people will forget. They'll keep it in the back of their mind. They will forget. And one of the examples I say with that is Puffy Combs. Now, Puffy and I had some problems in the 90s. But what people don't know about Puff was back in the day, Puff gave a party in Harlem, New York, where 9 people died.
Wow.
Puff had a situation where he got arrested with Jennifer Lopez, and he left her, and he threw Shine under the bus to take the verdict because he had the gun. But with that said, he kept it moving, kept achieving, and people don't even bring that up. It's just Puff, 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 Ciroc. Puff, Puff, Puff is tequila company. But it goes to show you that if you continue to work hard and keep putting W's behind your name, people will give you a pass. And this is how the government is able to play on the conscious minds of Black Americans and American people. See, because you ever notice that when a crisis comes, we'll march, we'll hashtag, we'll do a shirt, but it's only for 2 weeks.
Right.
And then it's over. And the government knows this. They know that we are not going to stick with something long enough. They know that, if we just sit back a few weeks, this will all blow over because these people are not that committed to go the distance.
T, that is absolutely true. I look at the East Indians and the Arabs and, the Europeans and all the other cultures where they actually do a collaboration economy where they stick together, but it's only a few of our brown and African males and females only stick together. Why do you think that is, that when it comes to us sticking together? Because it's strength in numbers.
Well, here's the thing, and that's a myth. We do stick together. We just don't see it. We do stick together. Now, people put that out in the universe that blacks don't stick together. No, there's some blacks. There's a group of people that we do stick together. The unfortunate thing about Afro-American people is that our finances is not that strong. And we have to go live our life, because you can't spend a lot of time doing these certain things because you were hurt financially. You got to go pay rent. You got to feed the kids. You got to do whatever that you got to do. So you can only spend so much time on it. When it comes to the black dollar and circulating the black dollar, we really don't own a lot of businesses. And with the way the country is now based on privilege, we don't understand how we could take out loans just like the people from out of the country. We don't know how to play the system. We don't know how to take advantage of the hustle. See, because the whole world is a hustle. If you go to church, the minister is hustling you because you have to pay tithes, right? If you run an airline, you're taking advantage of the people. And the reason why you take advantage of people, and you can see it for yourself, is during the holidays, they raise the price on the tickets. They really cared about the people. The tickets should be lower during the holidays so people go see their families.
That's right.
When you go to Disneyland and Universal Studios, it's supposed to be about the kids, right? So why is a bottle of water $200 if they really cared about the kids?
That's true. It's all about the come up.
Yeah, if they really cared about the kids, why is a bottle of water $200 motherfucking? And people, it's not really $200. What I'm saying is a bottle of water is high at Universal Studios and Disneyland. And on top of that, it's $195 a person, I think, to get in. No matter what the fuck your age.
That's true. That's
if you're 65, it's $195. Ain't no senior citizenship. If you over 5 years old, it's $165. So
You're right.
no one cares is what I'm trying to tell you. This shit is all a hustle. So what I'm trying to explain to people, learn how to hustle and get your slice of the hustle in this world. Just find out what your hustle is. Find out, because like one of the biggest cons is the student loan, going to college.
Yes, right. That's a Ponzi scheme.
If you go to school and you don't have a plan on what you really want to do not go.
You're absolutely right.
You will be in debt for the rest of your life.
Now remember, in the 80s, in high schools, especially in the 90s too, all the trades left the high schools. You could be a plumber, you could be a carpenter, you could be an electrician. They took the trades out of the schools, and then degrees start being popular. But now I know a lot of people that have degrees, 5 and 6 degrees, where they're on the unemployment line.
That's right. Or they work at Walmart, at Walgreens, etc. Now, yeah, you got a job, but they still paying back Sally Mae.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
That bitch getting a paper, and those people are worth billions because the hustle is in the tuition. The hustle that's the game that make people think everybody got to go to college.
Right.
To make something of themselves. But you are setting yourself up for failure. That's why they send you credit cards at a young age, because you ain't used to nothing. So you get a credit card, you go spend, but I'm going to put people up on game right now about how to hustle the school system. And the way that you hustle the school system is that they normally give in financial aid maybe 10, 15, 20,000, depending on what school you go to. Take that money. Once you get that money, take that money and drop out of school. Watch what I'm about to tell you. Take that money and buy yourself 2 properties. Now, you're probably going to go buy one because you'll be a first-time buyer. So you buy that for the first-time buyer, you put maybe 3 to 8% down on the house. Right? You can live in that house for a minute, or you could stay and rent an apartment and let somebody rent that house out for you. And you add on, if the rent is $1,000, you might add on $1,400, make $400 on the house. But it's not the $400 that you're concerned about. It's the equity that you're going to get in the house 5, 6 years down the line. So you take that $400 of that's your profit, and you start paying back the loan that the school gave you. And the money that you have left out of the $20,000, guess what? 6 months later, you buy another piece of property, or you could start a business. Meaning, you could put some money towards a nail salon. You could put some money towards a wing stop. You could put some money towards anything that you can see after you do your due diligence, your research, that can bring you in some money. Because the goal here and what we have to teach people is to start their own business.
That's right. Focus on income-producing assets.
Right. I want people to wake up in the morning knowing that they punch their own clock, knowing that they ain't got to deal with a fucked-up coworker or a fucked-up supervisor or someone that's going to sabotage your career.
You're absolutely right. Because actually when you're working for a job, JOB, just over broke, but then you have a supervisor managing you, but when it comes to a JOB, as long as you stay in line, as long as you punching that clock and don't call out and be on time, you're okay. But as soon as you get out of that brim, now your job is in jeopardy.
Yeah, and you just don't want to, and see, people, you can't help it. People are haters. People are sabotaged.
Right.
People get jealous. The sexual harassment thing is on a
rise
super high. And if you grew up around pussy, and we all have, you did something wrong, and a girl feels a certain way, your ass could be in trouble.
Yeah.
And to address that real quick with women, I think it's embarrassing to see men. Now, I'm talking about assault. Assault means a man grabs your pussy, grabs your ass, choked you, and did this way. If a man pulled out his penis to a woman, that's not sexual assault.
That's right.
All right, ladies, and I want you to understand what the difference is. If a nigga pulled out his penis, you're supposed to just laugh at a nigga and say, that little motherfucking thing, and keep it moving. Now, if a man touches you, that's sexual assault. If a man says, oh, baby, you got a nice ass, that's not sexual assault. You address it like a woman and say, you know what, I feel uncomfortable you talking to me that way. And now if a man continues, well, guess what? That's sexual assault. What I want men is going to be about, this is what my stand-up is about. If you ever get a chance to see my show or you listen to my podcast, the TK Kirkland Show, it's about bringing etiquette back to the game. See, a lot of men of power don't want to work hard to captivate a woman. And see, when your money is long, that's when you really should be the gentleman. That's when you really should send flowers. That's when you're really supposed to pick a woman up, open the door for her, and take out to eat and court her. Another word that people have forgotten is a word called seducing. See, a woman can have her mind a certain way, but you were so smooth. You were so up and snatch it and take her and throw her down without having a conversation with her, because I can tell you like this. When your conversation is on another level and you can speak from everything from drug dealing to capital punishment to security arms to the Russians and Donald Trump, you got something. So I want men who are listening to this, get your vocabulary up.
That's right.
Learn how to read. Now, there are some men who don't have great conversational skills.
Right.
You might have to pay for pussy, but know who you are. You know, so everybody can't talk.
That's right. That's right.
Everybody can't talk.
Or have an open personality.
Yeah. So if you got a few dollars, you might have to pay for the pussy. And here's the thing. I'd rather for you guys to pay for it than to rape a woman. See, that's the thing.
That's
Any
true.
man raping a woman today or ever got to be one of the dumbest niggas in the world when you got women selling it and giving it for free.
There you go. And it's getting to the point where that is on an all-time high. I mean, you know, Matt Lauer going through his thing, now Tavis Smiley, now Russell Simmons. And it's getting to the point where it's like, well, you know, if you work with women, whether it's business or you're working for someone else, it's like, okay, like you said, if you have a nice conversation, is one thing. But if the woman feels some type of way because you ain't trying to holler at her and she might be in a better position than you, once she tells on you, now it's a wrap.
Yeah, and it's also a sign of niggas getting weak in society. See, men have given the women a pass because niggas is not strong, they wimps, they not checking bitches. And ladies, and ladies who listen, I need you to hear what I'm trying to say. I am so disappointed in men because you got stay-home dads now. They let the girl go out and work, right? You got niggas who are submissive because they move in with a female and her kids. That's a bitch nigga to me. Then you got men who will take a woman's car, drop her to work, and drive around like it's his car, stopping at McDonald's, getting fries, getting milkshake, smiling, and he ain't paying a bill. So the decline of men has gotten so low that women now can take advantage because men are not fighting this. Give me an example. The Matt Lauders, the Travis Smileys, the Russell Simmons, all these people, except Donald Trump, have stepped down once they've been accused.
Right.
Now, here's my thing. As a real nigga supposed to say, bitch, prove it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, because what people don't see is that some women do lie.
That's true. It happens all the time.
Right. Women do lie. And that's the ladies, and I know you hear me, you know some of these hoes lie. So my point is, yes, I'm down for females. I want women to win. I think it's fucked up that a man would take advantage of you. But if this has happened to anybody, And guys, if you're listening too, you got to tell a female, bitch, prove it. Let's go to court. And now here's the dagger.
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
Young lady, if you take me to court and you lying, I'm suing you. On top of that, you don't see females doing that to no real niggas.
No, they don't. That's true.
You don't see no real nigga getting caught up in that shit because women know who to fuck with.
Wow.
Women know
even with
who to
Travis
fuck
Smiley, he got his own production company. Now, he did do a
Travis
video
Smiley
saying he
is
didn't do
a
it.
nice. Travis Smiley is a nice guy. But Travis Smiley ain't gonna choke no bitch.
Right.
Travis Smiley ain't gonna backslap a bitch with his pinky ring. Just like they took advantage of Kevin Hart. You mean to tell me if T.K. Kirkland or Suge Knight or any street nigga, a bitch told us that you're gonna have to give me $10 million, a bitch wouldn't even say nothing like that to us.
That's right. Now, he didn't give it, did he?
Now. Say it again.
He didn't get that $10 million, did he?
No, he didn't give it to her. He called the police. But my point is, it would have never happened. On the flip side of a man, if you are going to be a player and you are going to step out on your wife, you got to know the rules of this motherfucking game.
That's true.
And when you step out on your wife and you got another bitch, she's not supposed to want for anything. See, that's the difference about being a player. See, I come from an era where the side bitch was taken care of.
That's true.
You got her hair done, you bought her a car, you laced out her motherfucking apartment, she took trips, and the bitch sometimes lived right around the corner from the wife. And no one found out about nobody until the funeral.
Wow.
Because the wife would be sitting there, right? The wife would be sitting there crying, but then she hear another bitch in the back crying. And that's the side bitch.
Yeah, that is
and
true.
I tell women, if your nigga kept the side bitch away from you for 15, 20 years, and he had another family dead, don't be mad at the nigga. Respect the nigga. Like, yo, this nigga was incredible. He was a superhero. Because I never knew about this bitch. This nigga gonna put a whole other family through college and school. Get the family together. Talk about how amazing this nigga was. How he was able to pull off one of the coldest maneuvers in history. The side bitch was right around the corner. Bitch, you saw her at the mall?
I look at my man T, Brother Polite. He got 4 wives. I'm like, how do you do it?
Some people can do it.
And they all live together.
Right.
But he said family is business.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm a loner.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a loner. I know who I am. I'm the kind of guy. I date you, I fuck you, I take you shopping, and I really get you ready for the next nigga. That's who I am. I'm what you call your preparation.
So you like that
how
prescription.
you're supposed to be treated. Yeah, I treat you the way you're supposed to be treated. So after we done, then when you fuck with the next guy, that nigga don't treat you the way I treat you, then you ain't supposed to be with that nigga because you went to school to know how to be treated. I teach a woman how to keep her game right, how to stack her own money, how to have her own place, how not to let a nigga move in, how to take care of your own kids, because you can't trust men today. You never could.
Yeah, that's true.
You laying in bed with a nigga, and the next thing your ass know he cheating, or he got another baby. And what a woman didn't do all these years, you didn't save your money.
Right, because you relied on his income.
You relied on him. And I want women to have their own shit. And you don't get me wrong, you still can date the nigga that you love. But he got to have his spot. You have your spot. She goes to his house for a few days or a week. He comes over there, but nobody lives together. I really believe it'll save so much aggravation because I really feel people get tired of each other if you see each other every day. Especially if you doing your thing.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
9 times out of 10, relationship is unbalanced, right? There's one person who's more successful than the other person. So the person who's unsuccessful gets mad at the person who's real busy because they're not doing something 24/7. So that person throws a monkey wrench in the game.
That's true.
You know one of the great examples that I think, remember Lauryn Hill? You know Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill, back in the day, whenever she got ready to go on tour, she had to cancel a tour because the nigga she was married to, one of the Mollies, always got her pregnant.
Oh.
So he always sabotaged her career.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
And he could have been hating on the low.
Oh, no, that's hating because he did it more than one time.
Wow.
He always got her pregnant. And she was never able to achieve her goal to me because Lauryn Hill was a bad bitch.
Yes,
now,
she is.
She's an auntie. She's an auntie. You know? So when I say auntie, you know, she got the little afro. You know, she's not the same like she used to be, but she really missed her prime because she could have really did her thing.
I remember, you know the hit TV show Shark Tank?
Yeah.
And Kevin O'Leary with the bald head?
Yes. Yeah.
And you know he's blunt on that show. And he did a powerful speech to entrepreneurs. And he told his friend, he said, well, I love, you know, my girl that I'm living with. And he said, well, what's most important, the money or the girl you living with? Because he said that the woman that you are with, if they can't understand the journey, then you need to get rid of her and get someone else that does understand the journey that you're on. Do you agree with that?
I believe that when you're chasing paper, you should never be in a relationship. I believe that when you're an artist, basketball player, football player, whatever, you should date and not be with one woman, and I'm going to tell you why. See, love is such a powerful thing that once a woman wraps her legs around you, once a man puts his thing in a female, and vice versa, anything that person does wrong can knock you off your square. Now you're disappointed. You're upset. Give me an example. If you're about to play in a championship game and your girl gets you upset, guess what? You can't play your game.
You off.
You off like a motherfucker. Let's take the TV show Power. What people don't see about Power is that, yeah, Ghost did all these crazy things, right? But what started this shit was pussy.
That's right.
When he was focused, they was winning. But when he stepped out of the marriage with Angela, it was over pussy. And pussy got him so unfocused, it dwindled down to his son being disobedient. And his son started drinking lean and looking for outside help because he saw the family falling apart. To the point that it trickled down to his daughter getting murdered.
Ooh.
All because he stepped out of the family because of pussy. Because, see, what men need to understand is that when you do have a family, and if you do want to fuck another bitch, then you got to be a gangster. And what I mean by that is you got to fuck her, give her your wrong name, and never call the bitch again. But what niggas want to do, they want to make a bitch the side bitch. They want to hold on to a bitch.
That's
so
true.
So you take the chance to jeopardize your family. You jeopardize your family.
That's right. And you can't be everywhere.
When you jeopardize the family, you see what happens. It fucks up your children. People die. Yeah. And you wind up in jail.
That's true. And now with the jail system, they privatizing it. They make $200 off of each inmate in jail a day. I mean, that's a multi-billion-dollar business.
Oh, yeah. It's not the rocket scientist. I told you it's part of the hustle. The goal with jail is to stay out the jail. See, a lot of people go to jail that can't afford to even get bonds. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So you doing crime, and you got to call somebody to bail you out. I got a friend in there now who's locked the fuck up, and this is all over a credit card because the nigga was getting close, didn't know how to stop, and took a case to trial when they offered him a year because he was habitual. And he took it to trial, lost. He's supposed to do a year. They offered him a year. He probably would have did a week. Because he took it to trial and lost, they gave that nigga 4 years. So he didn't even have common sense.
And then look what they did to Meek. They gave him 2 to 4 on charges they dropped on him.
Yeah, but what people don't understand about probation, see, I've been there, so let me explain to you. I've been on probation since I was 21 till I was 42 years old in different states across the country.
Ooh.
When they tell your ass not to do nothing wrong, they mean it.
That's true.
And what people don't understand about Meek Mills is that he had more than one shot. The lady put him on house arrest. The lady gave him another pass before that. Then something else happened, and in probation, they tell you that you can't even break the law. You can't even get a ticket. A ticket can violate you. A ticket, a speeding ticket. If you're on probation, you're driving, and you get a speeding ticket, that's breaking the law.
Wow.
They can violate you, dog. This is what I mean by people not understanding.